All right, welcome to week 9 of the Destination Fantasy Podcast, where we're back once again. Uh, as you see, I'm joined by somebody different. Now, if you're in the Discord, you definitely know this man as G Reaper. For me and my group of friends, he's known as Reap.
Hey, you ain't got to do all of this.
Oh, my bad. But just to let the people know, this is Reap. This is the person that we do talk about. This is the person that has been interacting with the Discord community on a daily basis, helping out everybody. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right, man. Trying to get it to where all this lighting in the background.
Yeah, and you got that, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine type deal going on. Awful. What's going on, man? Good morning. Um, in fact, awful. How you do last week? How's your record going on, man? As we wait on his response,
Which league?
huh?
You said the record?
Yeah, so awful. He's in his own league. He's been rocking with us for a couple of years. He actually had a really good team last year. This year's not as grand, but that man still is very serviceable in this league. So as we wait on that, I'm recap Thursday's game real quick, and we got this clip more so the return of Lamar Jackson here. Um, Look, Lamar, obviously wasn't all the way healthy because you didn't really see him run as much. He only had five quote unquote rushing attempts for 14 yards, but the man had four touchdowns passing, only 204 yards, but he was very efficient. He showed why statistically he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks in NFL history. On the season, he has 14 touchdowns, one interception. I think his quarterback rating is like 137 or something like that. But nevertheless, he comes back, drops 25.56 fantasy points. Devon Achan and Mark Andrews both coincidentally have 16.6. Uh, Jalen Waddle, 14.2. Derrick Henry, 13.1, which is another pedestrian performance from him. And we don't even speak on Tua because that is atrocious. Anybody that chose to start Tua, I don't know why you would do that, but nevertheless, I hope you didn't. But I know you didn't get a chance to watch the game, but um, just any thoughts about Lamar's return or just anything in general with these players?
I mean, I'm not gonna get too overhyped for it because it is the Dolphins defense. So I
Yeah.
want to see him play against a good defense coming back because he didn't look all that great at the beginning of the year. Um, but this game, it was like I'm looking at the highlights right now, and I'm like, is this Lamar Jackson or is this the Dolphins defense? Because I've seen other quarterbacks with lower names and they look just as good. So I want to see him do it against a better team next week.
Fair enough. As a matter of fact, I mean they're at Minnesota next week, which by default's a better defense. At Cleveland afterwards, which is a better defense. So I guess the next 2 weeks we'll definitely see on that one. All right.
Yeah,
So awful said he's 5-3. You got smacked last week. Yeah,
it happens to the best of us.
no, definitely, definitely. Because I know I took a lot of L's last week, but it is what it is. All right. So I guess as we keep it moving here, the injuries. So I mean, we know about Brock Purdy. We know about Ricky Pearsall. They haven't played in I don't know how long. Uh, with you being a Patriots fan, how do you feel about Rhamondre Stevenson finally being out and um, Travion Henderson finally getting starting role here?
Well, I'm happy, but also sad at the same time because I feel like the Patriots are going to be Patriots. I don't know if you've seen, we moved somebody up from the practice squad and elevated them to the 53-man roster. And I mean, he had a good couple games with the Browns, but I don't know. I just want to see Travion Henderson get the workload and see what he actually can do, so we could either get rid of Rhamondre, or figure out if we need to get somebody else to be that, Sonic and Knuckles like they got in Detroit. I don't know if Henderson can be a workhorse, but I just want to find out. I don't want to keep beating around the bush and all of this. He can't pass protect, and I just put him out there so we can see.
No, I mean you're right. Because it's like we saw flashes in preseason, like enough flashes to where a lot of people got excited for what he could do out here, but we haven't been able to see it for whatever reason. Mike Vrabel wanted, let's continue with Rhamondre's season out here, and I mean, yeah, he was productive the last couple of weeks, but I mean, he's pretty much been the same old Rhamondre as far as fumbleitis and everything else that comes along with it.
Yeah, and that's it's not gonna cut it. Like this year, we have an easy schedule. We had a terrible season last year, so we got blessed with an easy schedule. And what Ramondre's doing is not gonna help us next year because after this year, they're gonna up the ante on us. So I want to see if Travion Henderson can be like a knockout punch, and then maybe we go in another direction for somebody who goes running between the tackles. But I'm for sure, I believe that Henderson can be, lightning in the bottle. We got something that we just need a little bit more. And if we can get that together, that makes Drake May 10 times better.
Absolutely, I agree with you there. All right, so I guess perfect segue to a next player here. Awful said, my man, I need you to hype up Cal Monungai. I'm starting him this week. How do y'all feel? How do y'all think he will perform? Loving the matchup. So DeAndre Swift, he's been battering the groin. I mean, the last couple of weeks he played through it. This one here, he's not playing. So we're gonna insert Cal Monungai. I'll put it to you like this: the Cincinnati Bengals has the worst defense in the league. Like I can be the quarterback. Reap here can be the running back. He hasn't played football in I don't know how long. So have I. But nevertheless, I think Reap can go out there and get 100 yards against the Cincinnati Bengals defense at this point. Um, and the fact that what's their best pass rusher name? I can't even. It's some Trey Hendrickson.
Henderson, yeah,
He's not even playing. So it's like it's that team is so dysfunctional. Like they already have like three players asking to request trades and stuff. But nevertheless, as far as Kyle Monungai, the Bears lately in the last 2 or 3 weeks has been really good at running the football. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. I mean, the talent is there as well. And even before the injury, like Kyle Monungai was getting more tick last week. So look, I'm playing Kyle Monungai in in my dynasty league. I'm also playing Kyle Monungai in DFS as well. So I love the matchup. I absolutely love the matchup against Cincinnati.
yeah. This matchup is gonna be eye opener because I know that Caleb Williams looks bad at times, but this if he doesn't play well this game, then Jamar, I don't want to hear any talks about he could be. I like him. He has a lot of talent. He just doesn't have the skill, and I think the not having the skill part isn't his fault. He had some issues coming from college, which when you're in college you can get away with a lot of stuff, but in NFL you can't. You're playing against the best, and then his coach broke him even worse that year. So now Ben Johnson is having to. What was the quote? He didn't teach him anything last year. Like he didn't know anything. Like no learning anything. He watched
Yeah,
film by himself.
yeah, pretty much.
Like those type of things will wreck a quarterback. And then Ben Johnson is not a normal coach. Like some of the plays that they're calling, I haven't seen anything good like that from the Bears since I was alive. I haven't seen it. So I think they're trending in the right direction. But if Ben Johnson can't fix him, then I don't know what to say. Like he has issues with seeing the field short. He's great anything past 20 yards. He's laser focused, and he's seeing things, and he's getting used to being pressured from last year, so he kind of spooks a little bit. But this there should be no pressure. The you got limp noodles all around the field that's going to be playing defense. I want to say he should put up 350, 400 yards passing, maybe 50, 60 rushing. And that's going to open up the play towards the end of the game for Cal Monangai to get a lot of garbage time runs, even though he'll get a little bit in between. I think they're just going to be able to throw the ball so easy that in the first half it might be a little ugly for him, but the second half he should come on. I want to say 100 yards, like you said, just the rushing side. We don't know what he's gonna do, receiving, because I think he'll get a couple chase downs. But I put him in my lineup too. There's no way I would sit him with a defense like this going on. We don't know what Flacco is going to be able to do coming off the injury, how much he'll be able to keep the defense off the field. I don't know. It could get ugly for the Bengals.
No, I mean, everything you said was the truth. And the last thing I'll say about it is like Caleb Williams and that offense should do to the Bengals what they did to the Cowboys in week 3. That's what I expect. I expect them to put up numbers. They scored 31 points in that game easily. So I expect a lot of points out of the Bears. If not, then yeah, it's definitely gonna draw some concerns on that.
The
So
only downside is, though, the Bears are also equally as injured, much more talented, but still injured. So
yeah,
it
especially in the
could be a
secondary.
shootout. Either way, if it's a shootout or a blowout, I still think the Bears are going to have a good game this week.
I'm with you there. All right. Andy, morning. All right, so would you start Drake May or Daniel Jones in a 6-point passing touchdown league? Also, I need to start 4 wide receivers in the PPR: Nico Tech, Khalil, Xavier Debo, and JMO. Thanks. All right, let's take this one at a time. Your Patriots are at home against the Falcons, and if I'm not mistaken, Indiana Jones on the road against Deshaun Steelers.
The Steelers haven't been all that good on defense this
At
year, but I'm still going
all.
to rock with Drake May because he's been, even against the Cleveland Browns, he got sacked 5 times, still put up numbers. So I'm going to rock with Drake May for this week. Daniel Jones has been on a downward trend. He hasn't been bad. He's just come back
It's
down to earth a little bit. But they're still putting up big numbers. It's
but
just it's spread out so much.
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor's taking over, so they don't even have to pass the ball as much, really.
that's the thing. Like, so in the first, Daniel Jones do majority of his damage in the first half. Like in the 8 games they played, like he's done majority of his damage in the first half because of the second in the second half they're already up and it's the JT show. I mean, JT
Yeah,
has had 3 straight games of 3 touchdowns.
yeah, and
Like
it's
it's
like they're scoring so fast. Normally JT's the type of person where he brews you all the way down the field, but I don't know what's going on. That offensive line must be a godsend or something. He's just hitting it and nobody's touching him. He's just gone.
man, yeah. Uh, he's doing it in a number of ways. And then when you have Indiana Jones playing the way that he's playing, the play action, Tyler Warren out here balling, Michael Pittman out here balling, it just frees up more running lanes for him. So, but to answer the question, I'm with you with Drake May. Um, and then I guess the second part, all right, we need to start 4 in the PPR: Nico Tech, Khalil Shakir, Xavier Worthy, Debo, and Jameson Williams. All right, I'm absolutely 100% starting Nico Collins.
I'm
Um,
starting Debo
they got Seattle.
with no McLaurin.
Yeah, and at least Jaden Daniels back. So,
Yeah. So
man, I
yeah,
ain't got my
I
Debo
definitely go
music.
Nico and Debo. I think Ted has a bad matchup this week, right?
They are on the road at Green Bay.
Yeah, nope. Mm-mm.
Shakir's in that showdown against Kansas City. So Xavier and Shakir play each other, and then Jamo at home against the Vikings.
I don't like how Jomo's been going. He hasn't really been doing much. I'm leaning towards Xavier Worthy because they've been balling lately. What is it like after week 4? Maybe he like popped out the casket. What is it? The Undertaker. Patrick Mahomes popped out the casket like the Undertaker. I don't know where that came from. We thought that's gonna have a terrible season.
Oh man. Um, Let me see something really quick. Uh, yeah, so Andy, I'll put it to you like this: like I'm definitely with Nico. I agree with the Debo. If you're looking for the upside, like the Chiefs Bills matchup, their over under is 52 and a half. So if you choose Worthy and Shakir along with Nico and Debo, like I wouldn't be mad at you on that one. Um, the only thing I can say about Jamo is I think the offensive coordinator came out and said that I need to do a better job of getting Jamo involved. So I don't know if you want to take that at face value and play him this week, or if you want to play the matchup. But I would go Shakir Worthy, Nico, and Debo.
Yeah. I'm a little hesitant on Shakira because the Bills' offense, you can't predict it at all. You never know what's gonna happen there. But I'd rather have him over J-Mo. So
All right, fair enough. Good luck to you, Andy. Oh, oh man. Morning, Deshaun. All right, Awful came back with this, I guess, while we was talking about the matchup. He said, speaking of Williams, should I start him or Flacco? Flacco injury kind of worries me. I think you kind of mentioned it earlier on that.
yeah, I'm gonna go Caleb because you just don't know how he's gonna play. He was able to play last week and be serviceable, but there's no telling what's gonna happen. I think that he'll have an okay game, but Caleb's definitely gonna have a monster game, and if not, Jamar, we gonna throw him away, man.
Yeah, he got to perform. He just has to.
Man. With him, I think that the Bears could be a top five team if he was able to make decisions inside of 20 yards. There's a lot of times where he stops or stalls drives because he scrambles and tries to throw it downfield when he's got a guy 5 to 6 yards wide open in front of him.
Exactly. That's what
And there are
happened.
times where he's got so much room to run. Just go and get 5 yards, and then now you're not in third and longs anymore. It's short third and manageable, and he doesn't do that. Those are the things that make me talk about him the way he does because he's got all of the talent in the world. And if he just focus and do those two things, he'd be so much better.
Yeah, he's like just want to play. He want to be Superman so bad
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think they need to rein him in a little bit, like they've done Josh Allen and the way they've done Justin Herbert, and start him off there because he's trying to do too much, and it's stuff in front of him that's available, and you can just chip down the field, and then when you get that big play, it's there. Ben Johnson is scheming up some crazy stuff, some stuff that I didn't even see with the Lions. So this is some stuff that he should be doing very well with, and I see him struggle a little bit still. And you can see it in Ben Johnson's face. And it's not just him; it's all of the rookies. A lot of them are messing up. You're getting a lot of false starts that's holding the drives up,
Yep.
and stuff that just shouldn't be happening. But hopefully we can take care of that today and put a licking on the Bengals because I got Manon got two, so I'm hoping for the best.
Oh, fair enough. And then he said he got a flex question here: full PPR, Juwan Jennings or Matthew Golden. I'm leaning Juwan. Yeah, I think yeah, I would start Juwan Jennings.
I would too. I'm just a little bit worried because Mac Jones favors Bourne a lot. And Juan has been dropping some passes. I don't know if he's 100%.
Maybe not. And I think he's part of trade rumors too. So maybe there's
Oh,
some.
really?
Yeah. And
I just
Tuesday's
know
the
that
trade deadline.
the Green Bay's receiving room just got a lot deeper. So I don't know if Matthew
That's
Golden will be anything to use for the rest of the year. With Christian Watson coming back and having a good game, you still got a couple people that's going to come back. I think you put him on the burner until next year.
that's the thing for me. Like before Christian Watson came back, like Golden was starting to pick up steam, but then it's like that happened, and then also not to mention Tucker Kraft, who's been sensational for them. Uh, Matter of fact, probably been his most consistent pass catcher the whole year so far. So I mean, never it's too many mouths to feed, and that's been the issue with the Packers wide receiver room for at least the last 3 to 4 years. So it's like you pretty much playing Russian roulette on that one.
Yeah, that pick in the draft really puzzled me. I don't understand why they did that. I think they kind of just got a little spooked because of everything that happened last year, all of the injuries. And I guess it did come in handy, but do you really want to waste a first round on a wide receiver just because somebody's injured every now and then when you could have got something else?
I guess for them, like, because they haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round in like 20 years or something like that. And then on top of that, it's like there's no like presumption, bona fide number one wide receiver there. But personally, they don't really need that because the sum of the parts together is pretty good without needing that diva per se. But all right. So I guess going back to the other question, Deshaun said I'm taking Drake May, but they are both top 10 options this week. Love his rushing upside, good problem to have. Um, Andy said, "Thank you guys, appreciate the help every week." No, Andy, we appreciate you dropping by every week, so it's greatly appreciated. Deshaun said he's going Jennings as well. Watson is back, and that makes things more murkier than it already was. I mean, pretty much agreeing with what you were saying. And now, Foxborough. You two should get along. Uh, Morning, guys. 16-man half point PPR. I got Bo Nick, Charbonnet, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb, Sutton, Kincaid, Keenan Allen, bench, McCarthy, Jennings, uh, Rashard Smith, and Tootin. Should I make any swaps? I would keep that lineup the same. I would not change a thing.
No, I'm not as high on Charbonnet as most people are because he's splitting. They're splitting series, so it just depends on who's in there for the good series. With Pacheco out, I would think about Smith, Rashard Smith, but I mean, I
Yeah.
could see you going with that and being okay. So it's not a big deal, but that Charbonnet would be the one who scares me the most in that lineup. But it's equally as scary for Rashard Smith, so I wouldn't change it.
No, that's a valid point. That's a valid point. He has another question, but we got one in between from Awful. Defense question, and the options are all ugly. Okay. So ugly it was ignored in the Discord. Dang. We ignored you in the Discord?
Yeah,
Or
I definitely ignored him. I put yikes and I kept it moving because I the defense that I left is like you gonna get negative from most of them. So
okay. So Bengals versus Bears, Steelers, Colts. Oh, yeah, I see why. All right. I do there's one in mind that I on that list that I would roll the dice with, and I'm just checking something really quick. Man.
I'm gonna go off the top of my head and say if the Patriots or the oh god, maybe the 49ers.
No, I think it was the Falcons. Because this because I think the options are the Bengals, Steelers, Giants, and Falcons.
I know I'm not touching anything in them first two matchups.
No, exactly. So part of me is leaning Giants for for one. San Fran got to travel all the way from the West Coast to the literally coast to coast on that one. Giants do have a pass rush, and like the Giants, like they it's like Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde type deal. Like you don't know which team you're gonna get. Sometimes you don't, because sometimes they play really well collectively. Then sometimes it's like, why are we here? So they're too inconsistent, but they do have a pass rush. I can say that much. So if they can get a couple of sacks on Mac Jones, turn him into Kraft mac and cheese as opposed to Tom Brady that he was looking like about a month ago, then you got something there.
If there was better coaching going on with the Giants, they would be an obvious choice for me. Um, but I think the Patriots, which is super scary because Bijan alone scares the hell out of me. But the Falcons haven't been playing all that well. Neither has Penix. It's just been Bijan. But when Penix isn't playing well, Bijan gets bottled up. So I don't know, a little bit of favoritism, but Gonzalez is going to have London. We got
Gonzalez
two
playing.
good, huh?
Gonzalez playing.
Yeah, I didn't see any injury reports in him.
Oh, okay. Because I know he was out for a while earlier this year.
Yeah, no, he's been back.
Okay. So I guess the only way I would choose, I guess, the Falcons in that boat is if I believe that matchup between the Falcons and Patriots is going to be low scoring, which it does have a path to be low scoring because your defense is pretty good. They're good. They're not elite, but they're good because Mike Vrabel got that DNA and that identity
Yeah.
crafted up. So if it's a low scoring game, like typically it's like if you don't have any good defensive options, two things I look at, I guess I'm giving out my gems. Part of me feels like I shouldn't, but no. One, I look to see what the over under is by far,
Yeah,
what the Vegas
play the
over under
safe.
is, because of course the less points the better for any defense in that matchup if you're playing fantasy wise. And then shoot, I forgot the other part. Of course the logistics of the game flow itself. So uh
I think I'm gonna change my mind and agree with you. I'm gonna have to go with the Giants because that Patriots Falcons game could be a low score, but then on the flip side, it could be one for the books. The way Drake May's throwing the ball, the way B. John's
yeah,
running,
it it
that's
I
scary.
I
Out of the one, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Giants on that one.
cause
That's tough though.
I,
Ooh,
I
good luck on
think
that one.
yeah it is. I think the upside of that game is going to be dependent on how well Michael Penix plays. Because I expect the Patriots and Drake May to do their thing. Can Penix on the road keep up? I mean, got plenty of talent around him. Can he get the ball from point A to point B in an efficient manner? If he does, then yeah, that could be a shootout. That could be a very fantasy friendly game all the way around. And low key, I kind of need that. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right, Foxborough, the 8-man, full PPR. I got Josh Allen, Vidal, Manungai, CD Lamb, Waddle. He gave him 14. McBride and Rasheed Rice. Bench. I got Chase Brown, Kareem Hunt, Kenneth Walker, and Troy Franklin.
Keep it like you got it.
Yeah. Yep. Deshaun agrees as well. All right. Foxborough says, sorry, one more in the 16-man half point on defense. I got Detroit and Buffalo. Who y'all like best? I like Detroit. I like Detroit at home against the Vikings as opposed to Buffalo at home against Kansas City. I think Kansas City going to put up a lot of points on Buffalo today.
Definitely. Then you got quarterback just coming back from injury, who's only played a couple games. Didn't play well in both of those games. He played okay for a rookie. We don't know how much time Minnesota is going to be on offense. So yeah, I like Detroit.
Yeah. And the key word he says rookie. He is a rookie. Technically he drafted last year, but I mean, in reality, that man's a rookie. So good luck to you there. And then Deshaun said, I'm going Giants and Niners. The pass rush is the reason. Ryan Burns, last time I checked, is leading the league in sacks. That's a bad list of defense special team. Yes, it is. And then he said, got to take Detroit. Thank you, Foxborough. All right, Dylan. Morning. Let's have a day. Definitely. All right, full PPR. One flex. We got Higgins versus Chicago or Kraft versus Carolina. He has Tyler Warren at tight end. I get it. Leaning Kraft. Flacco shoulder worries me. Plus Chase billion targets projected to be a close matchup with my opponent. So for me, normally, if you're flexing a tight end, that tight end got to be like, he got to be that dog to be flexing tight ends. Fortunately, Tyler Kraft is that dog against a matchup against Carolina, which I believe they stink against tight ends, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I can see it, and he's been, like I mentioned earlier, like he's been the most consistent pass catcher for Jordan Love in that offense. I mean, I know Higgins get the upside, and our secondary is still injury rigged for sure.
Yeah, it's a toss up for me because Higgins doesn't get many targets. The scary part is that his targets are all downfield and he catches them.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and he's a super red zone threat too.
yeah, I think Kraft is a floor play and Higgins is a
Ceiling.
ceiling. Yeah, if you need some points, Kraft ain't gonna do it enough for you. I go Higgins, but yeah, I'm leaning towards Kraft if you just need steady points.
Yep. I guess Deshaun agrees. Craft consistency is key. I'm sorry, taking Tuck over T sounds bad, but looks good. Yeah, like matter of fact, I was kind of looking at this on Friday with one of my coworkers, but Tucker Craft is tight end 2 on the year. And just looking at the game log, matter of fact, I'll put it to you like this: in the 7 games they played, week one 9.9 fantasy points, then 24.4, 5.9, 10.6, but it goes to 12.3, 16.8, and then last week 33.3. It's kind of hard to argue against that, and he has 6 touchdowns on the season. And I'm pretty sure everything I named has better stats than T. Higgins this year without even looking. So yeah, I'll go with Kraft as well. Good luck to you. Uh, Steven, good morning. Need help picking my second RB spot and my second flex spot in a full PPR this week. Deciding between Bam Knight, Rico Dowdle, Jordan Addison, Kenneth Skywalker, DJ Moore, and Romeo Dobbs. So one thing I did here, Rico Dowdle is the starter and is going to get bulk of the carries. And with that being said, they are going against Green Bay. So one thing, and then the last thing I would say in regards to that, and if you're going to beat Green Bay, you're going to have to run the ball at them. So if somehow Carolina, you know, gets the ball first and dictates the tempo early on, then Rico is not a bad play. But I mean, if they get down early, I don't know about that one.
I got Bam Knight easily. Dallas, give me that. It's pretty much whoever's going against Dallas every week. I want part of that.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you on that.
You've seen reports saying that Rico is the RB1 now.
Yeah, I saw it Friday.
Okay,
I saw it
I
Friday.
wonder like how truthful that is. Do they mean RB1 like 60-40 or RB1 like bench Chuba this week? Even though I do that anyway.
I mean, so I would put it to you like this: like Rico Dowdle is probably mid tier to low tier RB2, and Chuba in deep leagues is probably a flex option at best.
I've
That's how.
dropped Chuba, so I'm not I'm not too worried about that.
Oof. All right, as far as the RB2 spot, yeah, I mean, just based on matchup alone and how bad the Dallas defense is, I mean, your easiest option for the RB2 spot is Bam Knight. And I guess for us to flex,
I DJ Moore.
you would think.
I've seen a lot of reports where everybody's injured on the offense, so I think DJ Moore was the only one that didn't have an injury designation. So
No, he had one at what was that? Tuesday? Like 4 wide receivers on the Bears, including him. But he's fine.
I know that I would stay away from Addison for this week because McCarthy's coming back from injury and playing against the Lions. I wouldn't risk it with him. Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. I don't like that backfield.
I get it. I don't have what I usually say the warm and fuzzies
And I
on
was
that one.
looking at picking up Dobbs yesterday, and I looked at his game log, and he's been getting like 10 points a game every week. So if you need a floor, I guess Dobbs, but I don't like floor plays.
I get it. That one's tough. Deshaun said Rico's getting the fair share now. I think he's in the safe space this week, but don't count out Bam, who goes against Dallas, ranked 30th against running backs. I'm not sure if Carter would be involved. Yeah, so I guess we can all agree that Bam Knight should be in the lineup. I guess at this point, the flex.
Well, wait. Have you seen the reports where Bam? I mean, not Bam Knight, but Carter got dropped and then picked back up, put on the practice squad, and then elevated to the 53-man roster again,
Wait,
like within
what?
the span of 2 or 3 days.
No,
Yeah, yeah. He
that's
got
wild.
dropped. Yeah, he got dropped. Well, he got waived, I should say. Then he got picked back up and put on the practice squad. Then he got elevated to the 53-man roster. So I don't know if that was some money issues or what was going on there, or if they were trying to create space or something. But I don't know.
I
I think that it's all Bam Knight going forward.
yeah, and I heard I want to say earlier this week that like I guess a guy can be called up like 2 times or something like that from the practice squad elevated until you actually have to like actually sign the guy type deal.
Hmm.
So it could have been something like that as well. I mean, maybe in regards to Bam Knight. And then Deshaun said not only that, Reed, but he took some first team reps. It was crazy.
Well, oh yeah, that's right. I did hear that. I don't know what's going on over there.
That's wild. All right, but all right, let's answer the flex question. You're going Dobbs for the floor play.
I see. It depends. If you want to go Rico Dowdle, then I go Bam at the flex.
It's like I would feel a lot more. I would feel a lot better about Moore had he just
It doesn't seem
eh,
like DJ Moore wants to be there, honestly.
like I don't know. Productivity hasn't been there, and a part of it is just Caleb Williams staring down Roma all game.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely a part of it. I think that DJ Moore wants out, and he's playing like he's not really finishing plays. He's not faking anybody on plays that he's not involved in, and that goes back to those reports where Ben Johnson was saying, he's looking at those type of things and he's seeing that. I think he's frustrated. He's going through the whole Stephon Diggs phase right now.
I guess the only difference is he has a wife and a couple kids and no Cardi B. Uh, I, crap. I guess Rico Dowdle. I don't have the warm and fuzzies. I don't. Night and Rico. I'll leave it at that. Like Deshaun says the same thing. Dowdle and Bam. That's where we're at. So good luck to you, Steven. Appreciate you stopping by. Like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. That is a tough one. And let us know how you do next week. All right. So I guess with that being said, keep forgetting join the Discord. So, we're on here for a couple hours on Sunday, but in the Discord, it is activity happening on a daily basis. And this guy right here, Reap, is very involved in a lot of people's, concerns, questions, trade talks, anything of the sort. We definitely have an active, growing community. And to share the same common goal is to win the league. So here is the Discord link for everybody. There you go. All right. So as we await more questions, we're gonna get into the slate. Deshaun, if you're still here, we're gonna work on this TD parlay as well. Last week, I'll be honest, like I wasn't the most confident in the two plays, but it is what it is. This week here, we're definitely gonna tighten up because I'm still a little addicted to the one that I hit about 2 weeks ago. That was a great one. That was a great one. All right, the slate. So we'll pretty much each game we'll just talk about You know, like for instance, the first game, coincidentally, the Falcons and the Patriots. Anybody in this matchup here that sticks out to you?
Obviously Drake May and Bijan. I don't want anything to do with any of the Patriots wide receiver because he's giving it to everybody. You know, the grocery store attendants is coming out there getting 5 yards. So I don't want no part of that. Um, I'm a little down on Drake London, but I think Drake London is going to have a good game this week, and that's what scares me a little bit. So I think that's it. I don't like Penix at all this year. I'll give him a little time, and maybe next year he'll develop a little bit because he only played a couple games last year, so technically he's still a rookie. Um, but he's got a lot of talent around him. I'm not touching Pitts. You know how I feel about Pitts. I don't even know why he's in the NFL. Yeah, so just B. John, Drake London, and Drake May. That's it. I like to say Henderson, but I don't believe in the Patriots all that much.
No, I get it. Um, as much as I do like Bijan, and I'm speaking far as for the TD parlay standpoint, I don't feel confident enough to put him on my TD parlay this week. So I'm gonna
On the
say
TV part,
I I personally I don't want to put anybody on a TD parlay in this game. I don't trust. I don't have a bona fide person enough knowing they definitely gonna score. Bijan would have been that guy, but if I'll put it to you like this: if the Falcons was at home, I'll be more for it. Them on the road, that I
see,
can't.
with the reason why I say Bijan is because with the Patriots, we have a stout interior, but we have no edge rush ever since we traded Judon. And that's kind of why defense isn't as good as it was before, even though our DBs are better. We just don't get to the quarterback.
So you're saying there's a chance Penix. Oh, that's why you was thinking Penix. There's a chance that Penix can do his thing and this score can run up.
I think that there will be a lot of checkdowns to be John, and I think he's gonna get one.
All right, I'll put him on the like list. I ain't gonna put him on the love list, but I'll write. I'll pencil his name for now. All right, next matchup: Chargers traveling to Tennessee to play the Titans. Anybody that
Give me a
sticks out?
Rondé Gaston immediately,
Dude's been
immediately.
balling.
Yeah, he. Who is Quentin Johnston again?
The person that got you a goose egg last week, whoever started him, me.
Man, man.
That that's the thing that I want to see, like where we at? Because when I was talking to Deshaun about it last week, it's like recently it's been Ladd and Gaston doing the thing, and then Keenan Allen at third, and then Johnson at fourth. At the beginning of the year, it was Johnston and Keenan Allen, and McConkey in third, and Gaston nowhere to be found. So it's like, what is the actual
You
pecking
know,
order?
sometimes the next man up hurts somebody who isn't great. And we all thought that Quentin Johnston was going to be a guy for the year, and he ended up getting hurt. And then Gaston said, "All right, thank you. I'll take those keys." I
Pretty
don't think he's
much,
getting it back.
pretty much. They like Herbert discovered he got something in that tight end. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Herbert's in love there.
hey, as long as my boy Ladd continue to get his looks now, I can care less. Um, Tennessee. I mean, we know they're
No,
terrible,
we can go to the next late. You already know what's going on with that.
but the one thing I do want to point out that rookie wide receiver Dike. I think it's pronounced DK.
DK, yeah.
Um, ever since they fired their coach Callahan, he's actually been productive. So that's a deeper type pickup if you need one, if he's still out there. Because I had to pick him up in my 14 team league yesterday, and I'm like, and I may start him, I may not, but I'm curious to see what he does against the Chargers.
I've noticed the trend where everybody has had a couple weeks where they produced, and then after their couple weeks was over, it was another guy coming in to produce. I think DK is just the next guy up. I think it's going to be sporadic for a while until one, Tennessee gets better coaching, or two, Cam just finds Mike's secret stuff. I think he has talent, but like I told you before, I always thought he was going to be Anthony Richards 2.0.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, we talked about it last year before he became in the league. I think he has it. That team just suck. Like there's been so many drop passes, and it's like it's like we play pickup ball, and the IQ between me, you, and Sammy is there, but then like somebody else that like you pass the ball where they
Darius,
should be, and they not there, and it's like, what are you doing? That's what it
yeah,
feels like.
yeah. I like it. No, everything definitely isn't Cam's fault. Like I say 2.0, so he's a better version of Anthony Richardson. I think he has a higher ceiling and a lower, I mean, and a higher floor than Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson's floor is super low, but the ceiling is high too. I've seen Cam make some good passes. I've seen him make some mistakes, and I think a lot of his mistakes are due to the offensive line not being able to block. So I'm kind of more lenient on him though. But that was a destination I knew that he was set up to fail.
Yeah, I mean, proof's been in the pudding for a while over there. All right, next matchup, my Bears at Cincinnati. Anything that sticks out to you in this game?
I think Caleb will get a touchdown, a rushing touchdown.
Oof. I don't know if I'm confident enough to bet that, but I will more so. Speaking of rushing touchdowns, I like Cal Monungai for one.
I think there's going to be touchdowns aplenty in this game. So
It should be. The
you
over
take
under
a shot in the dark
51
is
and a half. What about
outside
Chase?
of Chase, nobody.
Okay.
And the good Chase, not the other Chase.
Jamar Chase to be exact. All right, so I'm gonna pencil in Monungai and Chase, Jamar Chase for the TD parlay. As far as a fantasy standpoint, like Roma Dunze should get his. I mean, Caleb Williams should be very productive. If he's not productive this game, then yeah, there's some concerns there. Um, Flacco could be productive, and this is one of those to where, I mean, I do have Flacco in the two quarterback league, the main league that we've been in. Technically, at the moment, he's on my bench because I have Josh Allen and Jordan Love in the lineup. But I've been going back and forth all week. Do I want to start Flacco over Love? I've been thinking about it all week.
I think that Love has so many weapons that he can rush a little bit. Then he gives it to Josh Jacobs and he rushes. They're not passing the ball as much, so
It's
it's a
like because they
little
don't need
scary.
to. That's the thing. Like,
But I believe that the Bengals have to pass. They're going to be behind. They're going to have to pass.
yeah.
Now,
And
if
then,
Flacco wasn't hurt, I go Flacco all day. But because he's hurt, then it's a little scary.
yeah, because like this can go two ways. Like, we don't get a pass rush to him and he can start picking us apart because our secondary is banged up, or we treat him like a sitting duck and he's on the ground a lot, and things can get ugly. It's one or the other. We know for a fact he's not scrambling out of anything, so it's like
You don't have to scramble when you have Jamar Chase.
I can't disagree. Us Jamar's got to stick together. So, all right, this next one here is very intriguing. Colts at Steelers. Of course, Jonathan Taylor will forever be on my TD parlay.
Yeah, I was
That's
going to
without
say
question.
there's no need in mentioning him. The only other person that sticks out on the Colts is Tyler Warren, which that should have been the Bears' choice and not Colston Loveland. Not that Colston Loveland is bad.
So
I just think that Tyler Warren fits better.
like me and Deshaun was talking about it last week. And it's like I don't disagree, but at the same time, like let's just say, for instance, we did pick Tyler Warren. And what if he's being utilized the same way that Colston Loveland is being right now? It's like, it wouldn't be he wouldn't have the same productivity that he's having in the Colts right now. So it's like, and I believe Colston Loveland is a good player. He's been hurt and just haven't been given the ball as much. So it's like it's hard to say. But Warren is definitely making the best of his opportunities with Daniel Jones at quarterback. Don't even sound right, but he is. Um, so the over under in this game, just like the Bears game, is 51.5. Um, you mentioned it earlier, and Deshaun definitely knows. The Steelers defense is trash.
And I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. I mean, they have one of the most expensive defenses in the league. I mean, the defensive back's not playing as well. Jalen Ramsey has not played well at all
Yeah,
in the Steelers
I guess
uniform.
maybe it's just the age. Like all these guys are.
But even Joey Porter Jr. is not even playing well.
Yeah, it's puzzling that how they're playing on defense. You would think that they can hold teams to 15 to 20 consistently, and that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, so I expect a lot of offense from the Colts. Um, Matter of fact, Deshaun says poor linebacker and defensive back play. So
But that's what we're saying. It's like it's not like you have bad linebackers or DBs. Just they're just not playing well.
it's not because this was the defense from last year and the way that Aaron Rodgers is playing. Because Aaron Rodgers has been pretty good. If you had
Yeah.
that combination, like Steelers would probably have what 1 or 2 more wins on the year, and they probably perceived as a better team. And Nick says that's the problem. They are overpaid a bunch of veterans. Deshaun says the D line is very good still. I mean, it is, but nevertheless, we expect the Colts to put up a lot of points and a lot of yards until they play better. Um, so yeah, if you got Daniel Jones, of course, we ain't got to discuss him. Tyler Warren, that's a sit and forget it type deal. Michael Pittman has a very good matchup today. Other side of the ball, um,
Nobody stands out. I know that they're going to score, but you just don't know who.
for the Steelers.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like DK and I do like Warren. That's about it.
Yeah, just I really only say Warren. DK, he's not as much of a threat to me if he's the only wide receiver. Nobody else has stepped up yet.
Yeah, that's another issue. I mean, they traded George Pickens away, but I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't get it. But
No, I don't get it at all because George Pickens and DK, like, how can you
talent wise,
physically stop that?
yeah, talent wise, I mean, look what they're doing in Dallas between CeeDee Lamb and Pickens. Like that's deadly within itself. I think they did it because of personality reasons.
Yeah. But you can't have him as the number one wide receiver and never give him any help. And then when you get help, trade him.
You're right.
And then now you have another number one wide
It
receiver who
defeats the
doesn't have
purpose.
help.
You on a hamster wheel. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
They said bring in Ramsey and Slade. Should have traded TJ Watt while they could. Should have never paid him. Take the picks on a 31-year-old pass rusher, not pay him 40 something million.
See, that all sounds like it's good, but they're in the win now mode because they have Aaron Rodgers. So they have to pay these type of guys and bring them in there. And they swung and they missed, it seems like. But other than that, there's no other way you can accomplish what they wanted to accomplish. In the amount of time that they have. Aaron Rodgers has 1 or 2 more years, so they wanted to get it done now.
Yeah,
And that's who you look for when you want to get it done now. The veterans who proven that they can play well.
they they just talented. They just got to play better. That's just all it is.
Yeah, it's just bad play. It's not like
Lack
they
of
don't have
talent or
talent.
anything. You're right. They just got to play better. Figure it out. I don't know if it's a effort thing, a schematic thing, whatever it is. Play better. Bottom line. All right. 49ers, Giants. I want to put Christian McCaffrey on this TD parlay.
I think he has to be on there because he's just everything is going to him.
Yeah, he's the RB1, the wide receiver one. The QB1 probably on the team. Tight end one. Like he's like he said, paint your fence, walk your dog, grab your mail. He's Booby Miles.
On the other side, I like Tyrone Tracy. I don't even know who's behind him.
Devin Singletary.
I don't know who's behind him. So this is Tyrone Tracy. You know,
Um,
they don't have any wide receivers to speak of.
Wandale Robinson. No.
They don't have any wide receivers to speak of. If Wandale Robinson is your one, that's bad. As a complimentary wide receiver, sure, he has some talent, but as number one, no. But the Tyrone Tracy, the reason why I say him is because they can't just load the box up on him. He's a converted wide receiver too, so he can run a couple routes.
I see what you're saying.
But that's iffy though. That's not a guarantee.
Oh no, he's not going. He's not touching this parlay. But from a
Yeah.
fantasy standpoint, like
If there's anybody on the Giants offense that I expect to make a touchdown is the quarterback.
yeah, I think he's actually going to have a good game overall. I think Dart's going to
I think the
check
Giants
well.
have found their quarterback because he hasn't had a bad
Heck yeah,
game. He's made some mistakes, some rookie mistakes, but
he has that it factor.
yeah, he definitely does. He reminds me of Josh Allen, not as good, but he has all of the talent that Josh Allen has, and the Josh Allen had to develop over years to become better.
Yeah,
But
he did.
he's got the rushing upside. He got a long arm. He's accurate when he's throwing short. The only problem is he just needs help making decisions, and I don't think he's going to get that help with the coaching that he has. But going forward, I kind of wish that they didn't play him now, so that Dable could get fired and they could bring a better coach in, and then they play him next year and he'd be better.
Yeah, I agree. Like, dude, from like the first, like, just he passed the eye test for me, like very quickly. Like, this dude has it. He has all the intangibles,
Yeah,
and then
I was hearing reports in the off season, and everybody was talking about Shador, and I started hearing reports about Dart. I'm like, oh, this guy could be something, and I started watching some film, and like, oh, this a lot of teams missed. I knew he was going to be something. A lot of teams missed. You know, a lot of teams, the Steelers.
yeah, that's matter of fact. Like my coworker, he's a Steelers fan. He wanted Dart. He
Yeah,
really wanted Dart. I
yeah.
mean,
I think that he should have been the number one over Cam. I know Cam has all of that talent, but I think that Dart would do better in Tennessee than Cam does.
probably. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, they'll you know overall still be in the same boat. But I have seen Dart make his teammates better, and also seen the fact that those guys play hard for him. Like they'll run through a
Yeah,
brick wall for Dart, and that's
yeah.
something you can't teach.
Once they inserted him, the team started playing completely different.
Man, they play with a lot more, pep in their step, a lot more energy. It just changed tunes real quick.
And once Cam came in, that elevated it even more. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of the Mighty Ducks. The ones they brought in to do all the hurt. Yeah, yeah. That's what they remind me of.
Oh man, now I want to go watch. Like I can watch that trilogy anytime. Actually, whew, that's a throwback right there. All right. So moving on, Broncos at Texans. Um, now
I don't
I'm
know what to think about the Texans right now.
like
I saw them at the beginning of the year.
they I put it to you like this. Like CJ Stroud showed me something last week. But what they did to the 49ers without his best player, that was impressive.
I think
And
that they got some wide receiver steals as well. Both Jalen Noel and Higgins, uh, both are talented. They just behind some talented wide receivers, so it's gonna be a while for them to
can
catch
really,
up. So they're loaded with talent, but that wasn't their problem. Their offensive line is gonna get CJ killed,
yeah,
and it seems like out of the blue they're playing much better.
they must have did something, differently schematically or something to hide the inefficiencies of that offensive line. I mean, he was the second most sacked quarterback last year. People tend to forget that. Like that offensive line's been bad for a while.
Yeah,
Um, and just to be clear, I don't like anybody in this TD parlay. If the Broncos was at home, I'll feel a little different, but this is a tough matchup for them. And I do not. And then as far as a fantasy standpoint, even though my guy Bo knows, I'm fading Bo Nix this week.
if there's anybody, I'd say J.K. But I think that
That, that's tough.
tough. Yeah, I think that that's tough. If the Broncos can have a successful drive, I think that he'll be the one to cap it off. But the Houston's defense is tough.
It is. And last thing I'll say, the over under on this matchup is 40 and a half.
Really.
A low scoring affair. I mean, both defenses are good.
Yeah.
So I'm fading this game all the way around. I'm not putting anybody on my parlay. No, this next one here, I'm putting somebody on my parlay. So we got the Vikings at the Lions. Um, I don't know if it should be Gibbs or St. Brown, but one of them or maybe both is finding the end zone.
Yeah. Every Lions player should be on there.
That can make a whole Lion slip by itself, but
I mean I like JJ, but I think he's gonna have a horrible game, which means the defense will be on the field a lot. The only thing the Vikings have going for them on defense is their defensive line. They have a stout defensive line, and they just added a rookie to that too. So and he's been playing well.
most definitely on that. Oh, all right, and I guess as far as fantasy standpoint, of course, any Lions players worth starting, you're gonna start. That's just what it is. Viking side, I mean,
I don't think anybody's startable. I mean, if you have JJ, you have to start him because he's JJ. But the other
but
JJ might not be able to get him the ball.
but the last time we did see like he was throwing him the football is just I don't know.
If the Lions turn up any type of pressure, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that's one of those you just take with a grain of salt, like lower expectations for real on that one. Um, but yeah, I'm I might pick both on this slip. Gibbs or St. Brown's coming on this slip. Matter because dude Gibbs destroyed the Vikings last year. Destroyed them. I think he had like 3 or 4 touchdowns in the game against them in Week 18. All right, and Nick has a question. Addison or Jamo half point PPR. I got Addison right now in my flex.
That's ugly either way.
I mean, Jamo has the highest ceiling between the two.
Yeah, because I don't even think JJ is gonna have a good game, let alone Addison. It's just not a good matchup for them this week. I'd rather have J Mo.
And once again, the offensive coordinator said they want to find a better way to get this man the ball. So I mean, I hope he's telling the truth. If so, then he should be more productive. I don't have the warm and fuzzies, but I'm going Jamo. I got Jamo in like 2 or 3 leagues. I'm contemplating what to do with him, but all right. All right, back to the slate. Uh, Panthers, Packers.
I don't like anybody besides Josh Jacobs.
Yep, that's where I was leaning at. The outside The only other Packer, if I'm throwing a dart throw, would be Tucker Craft as far as finding the end zone. But as far as wide receivers, I mean, you take all of them with a grain of salt and do what you want. But I'm not really playing anybody other side of the ball.
Bryce Young's coming off of an injury, right? This is his first game back.
Yep.
Yeah, now I'm
Yeah.
not touching that offense.
And the Packers are 13.5 point favorite with an over under at 43.5. So they pretty much saying the Packers gonna beat them down.
Yeah,
And,
I saw what
and
happened to Bryce when he got injured, and now add the Green Bay's defense with Michael Parsons. He's not a veteran. He's not going to be able to hear the crowd noise and throw the ball away. He's going to take some sacks. He's not Aaron Rodgers.
we so yeah, Jacobs. I might throw on a TD list. I think he does score. So this game right here can have a potential to put us some fantasy points. Jacksonville at Las Vegas.
Not touching it.
Yeah, I'm not. None of them going to the TD parlay. Just speaking from a fantasy perspective, if Brian Thomas Jr. cannot have one of those games against the Raiders without Travis Hunter, I don't know what to tell you.
I he, he's been playing bad, but Trevor Lawrence is not the guy. They see that already. I don't know why he's still there. You got to find a way to get off of him and move forward because you have two monster wide receivers. You got a running back who's playing okay, but I think they need to get off of him and move forward. But they got a team where they shouldn't be playing as bad as they are. They puzzle me as well.
Yep.
Um, and Trevor Lawrence, I don't know what's wrong with him. Like he's a good quarterback, but he just doesn't play good. I don't know what's up with that.
I don't. I don't get it. He still makes some inexcusable mistakes. Lawrence. Nick says ETN gonna score today. I would, in theory, he should. He's not going on my slip though, but he should. Like ETN should have a good game.
He's underestimating the power of Trevor Lawrence, though. So
To take away his opportunities.
yeah,
Like, but in theory, he should. BTJ should have a great game. Both of
Trevor
them.
Lawrence is also one of those type of quarterbacks who doesn't take the easy throws. It's always a difficult throw that he's throwing.
So Nick says take away the drops and Trevor would have a 68% completion percentage. Not saying he doesn't have flaws, but it's not all him. I mean,
No,
that's
no, no.
true.
It's definitely not all him.
Because BTJ, like, I know the number of drops from him. I'm sitting here like, what are you doing? Like, I could have caught that in my flag football days. Like, what are we doing?
My theory with BTJ is he's out of place. Travis Hunter took over the position that he had last year, what he was comfortable with, and BTJ might just be that one particular wide receiver that can't do other things, but he can do that one thing well, and that's what it seems like. Because these balls are hitting him right in the hands, and they're just falling, and these are not the type of routes that he's used to running.
Dude, I know one thing. Well, there's no Travis Hunter. So if he can still do that one thing well, he needs to do it well today.
I hope so, because he's in my lineup.
Correct. Same here. Nick says Trevor goes from Joe Montana to Zach Wilson in one play. Inconsistency is what kills him. That is very factual.
I think Zach Wilson is a little bit too high. He dips down there, man.
That's rough. All right. Next game. Saints traveling to Los Angeles to play the Rams.
I would say Olave, but we don't know who's starting, and if Show is starting, we don't know what he has.
He is. That's the guy. He's the guy going forward. No
So
more
we
Spencer
don't know
Rattler.
what Show has. So far, he looks like Dylan Gabriel. Um, they're not throwing the ball down the field when he's in. I don't want to touch that offense at all.
Oh heavens no! I'm contemplating between Kyron Williams and Puka for a touchdown here.
I think they both hit home because New Orleans defense hasn't been doing much either.
No, yeah, they're trash. They're trash. Matter of fact, the Rams coming off the bye, going against a rookie quarterback in his very first start.
Oh my! I just thought that Jared Verse is going to destroy them.
Bryce Young. No, yeah, Bryce. What's
Fizz.
that? What's that dude's name? I forgot his first name. What is it? Byron Young? I think it's Byron Young.
Yeah, Barry.
Yeah, but yeah, nevertheless, yeah, one of them going in my parlay for sure. I'm gonna take the one with the uh, higher odds. I'm gonna take Puka for the parlay. All right. We got three more games left on the slate. Uh, Chiefs, Bills. I mean, Rasheed Rice has been phenomenal since he came back.
You know what? Since he's come back, so is Travis Kelsey.
Yeah, it opened up lanes and I guess opportunity for that man. Actually, Rasheed Rice has made everybody bet on that offense.
Yes, very much so. It's got Kareem Hunt looking like a good running back.
And and it's crazy because Patrick Mahomes was already playing lights out before Rice. Now with him, it's that's scary times. I think I'm putting Rice on my parlay again. I mean, he scored every game since he's been back. I don't see that changing against that Bills defense. That Bills defense ain't great.
I was able to get him one of my leagues like way down, and I just sat because I had a monster team, and then I just sat and I waited. And week 7 came, I put him in, he goes off. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm already 6-1 in that league.
Um, I'm gonna assume it's the Destination Fantasy League. Um,
Yeah, it's the league where Justin just beat me in and did a little bit of showboating.
oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, because I play you this week in this league, and
Good luck.
yeah, I
Look
know.
at my bench.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time this week.
Yeah,
I've been looking at it. Like, I'm projected 20 points down, even though projections are just projected, but still, I mean, I see why I'm projected 20 points down.
and I got a bunch. I got some injured players right now that's gonna come back, so I'm primed and ready for the playoffs when they come around.
Yeah, I need. Man. All right, but anyway, back to this Bills. So one Bills player that should have a good game. His name is James Cook. One thing you can do against Kansas City, you can run the ball against them. So if they're smart, if on the Bills, James Cook should have a game. He should. And every time they play is always some type of classic matchup ending. Of course, in the postseason, it's all Kansas City. In the regular season, it's been more so Bills. But nevertheless, it should be a lot of points gathered in this game. Over under is 52.5. So anybody worth starting in this matchup, you're going to start. That's just what it is.
I feel sorry for all of those fantasy players who fell into the James Cook is going to regress this year junk that was going on in the offseason.
That didn't make any sense. And once he got paid, that man showed out. All right, two more. Sunday night football. We got Seattle traveling across uh, the country to play the Commanders. And before I even get into that game, got a question here from Taka Games. Shaheed Franklin or JCM in the flex? So Shaheed on the road at the Rams, Troy Franklin on the road at the Texans, JCM, who we just mentioned, well, the Commanders at home against the Seahawks.
He's got a new quarterback, so we don't know what's going on there. Troy Franklin has a horrible matchup this week. So, I mean, JCM by default.
Yeah,
Even
and
though
I don't
he's
have
been playing terrible.
yeah, and I don't have the warm and fuzzy about that either because Seattle's a good team. but it's like the lesser of the the three evils, right?
Yeah.
Maybe can make somewhat of a small case for Franklin since uh, Sutton's going to draw. What's his name? Stingley. Um,
But the defensive line is,
yeah,
I don't think Bo's gonna have the time to do
it's
too much.
he's going to work hard for every yard that he throws
I
today.
think he's gonna do a lot of scrambling. So Bo might actually have a good rushing game, but as far as the passing, I don't know what's gonna go on there.
Yeah, I guess JCM by default because it's like at that point, who's more likely to score? They get in the red. Washington getting in the red zone. JCM has the opportunity to score, so we go with Bill on that one. So good luck to you. Like, subscribe, share, continue to rock with us. Got a couple more. Tug Drug Fish and welcome back. What's up, guys? That's Theo. So that's Theo Johnson or Colston Loveland. I would go Theo Johnson. Tight end for the Giants. I would do that one because it's too many mouths to feed in Chicago, and they haven't figured out a distinctive role for Loveland. Even though I feel like that guy's a baller, I would go Theo.
Do you think that that is Caleb's fault, or is
It's
Loveland
both.
just not being designed into the plays yet?
I think it's both because I mentioned earlier, Caleb stares down Rome with Doomsday like no other. At the same time, I mean, Colston Loveland and Luther Burton III haven't really been on the field as much as they should.
What is
Based,
this Zacchaeus fascination, man? Why is he even there?
I don't know, but he's actually been solid. But
Yeah, but
he's
Luther
taking away.
Burden could be better.
I know, I know. Luther has that it factor. I
Yeah,
see
he
it.
could be better.
Luther could be a star in this league. I see it. I see it. He just got to make room for him.
I
But
don't know what's to coaches when they see they have a young talented player and then they have a guy who's been there who's been okay, but you can definitely tell which one is better, and they just keep going along with that guy that's been there. I don't know what the loyalty is. If I'm a coach and I got some young talent coming in, you got to go. I'll trade you if you want to be traded, but I'm gonna put my young guy in and see what this guy has.
I mean, unless there's politics involved, like where the GM is telling you have to play this player, or even the owner is like you got to play for whatever reason. I mean, but politics do play a role in some of this stuff.
Well, my owner and GM gonna have to fire me because I'm putting my talent out there.
Oh man. He also said, "I'm playing against Caleb. I figured I'll counter with Loveland. Like the thing is, Loveland don't get enough looks at all,
Yeah, he's not a target in the red zone either. So
and he's a red zone threat. He just don't get targeted. Like that's a big wide. That's a big tight end, and he don't get targeted in the red zone. It don't make any sense to me. So like the floor and the ceiling is very low right now because lack of opportunity. So if I were you, I would play Johnson by default. If Loveland comes out and has a phenomenal game, then I'll be happy. But it'd be a fluke for now. So good luck to you. Warrior Loft, what's up? PPR start, half point PPR. All right, Marvin Harrison Jr. versus the Cowboys or Debo versus the Seahawks.
Debo, easily.
Yeah, yeah, and I get it. I get the matchup, but
But we're playing with a backup quarterback who's not a great quarterback.
even
This is gonna be a Trey McBride game.
I mean in reality, it should be a McBride game. It should be a Marvin Harrison Jr. game. It should be a lot of everybody on the offense game, but it's
I don't
not.
think Jacoby can support multiple wide receivers.
Probably not. But even if like let's say if Kyler Murray was the quarterback, it'd be the same darn thing.
Well, we know Kyler Murray is terrible, so
Yeah. Yeah, last year told me was the final nail in the coffin of that. How dare you not give your best talented wide receiver the ball? Talking about
No,
that's not my
that
job. Like
is a
what?
that's a crazy quote. Coach said it's not my job to make sure he gets the ball. What type of nonsense is going on in that organization for him to come out and think that that's something he should say, whether the coach said that or not?
Yeah, you don't say that.
A
Wow,
top five pick. Oh,
that's wild. But then he said, kind of hard to trust Debo and JD with their injuries, especially Debo. It's
well, the
like,
thing for Debo is not just a threat downfield; he's a threat in the backfield as well. So he's easy to scheme up plays for.
yeah, and I'll also say like Debo, like at any point in time, if he's, I mean, if he's not like, how can I put? If he's playing, isn't I mean he's always playing with some type of injury, always. He just injury prone to begin with, so I mean I would take that with a grain of salt. But one thing I can say, when McLaurin was out earlier in the year, and Debo was there, and Jay Daniels was there, Debo was productive. So they're gonna have to get creative, and he gonna have to put up some points to have a chance against Seattle.
I
I
think
just
that Debo is their only short distance threat. Everybody else, the two rookies, they catch the ball down the field more.
true, and I just and we all know Marvin Harrison Jr. is very talented, has a great matchup. I don't trust it. Like I have to play Marvin Harrison Jr. in. I got him in I think like 3 leagues. I have to play him in one. I don't have a choice. I don't have the warm and fuzzies on that at all. But yeah, I would go Devo. So good luck to you. Talking Game says Bill was where I was leaning, but I don't mind Troy because Sutton is going to be locked up. I can see both scrambling and talking to Troy a lot on long post routes, but I don't know.
I don't think he's going to be able to scramble to throw the ball. He's going to be running for his life.
Houston does have one of the best duo pass rushers in the league, um, between Anderson and Daniil Hunter.
And the Broncos, their offensive line hasn't been great in the pass blocking. So
It's like at times I've seen the Broncos be brilliant, and at times it's like yeah, there's still some room for improvement. It's just in this matchup here, it's a tough one. There's a reason why the over under is what I say 40 and a half. I mean, it's gonna be an ugly game, very ugly game. So Warrior Law says thanks guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Let us know how you do, and one more time join the Discord. Here's the link right there. All right, and going back to the Seahawks Commanders game on this slate. Um, so the Commanders defense stinks really bad. They play a lot of man. And as great and consistent of a linebacker Bobby Wagner is, he has no business guarding anybody, man to man in the passing game whatsoever.
I don't understand what this whole man thing is about. I mean, it helps Bobby Wagner because he's getting a ton of tackles, but um,
He ain't helping the team out.
yeah, I don't understand that. Normally, when you're bad, you play two safety high, so people can't just throw the ball over your heads. But they're not playing that, and people are just attacking them downfield, left and right. It's puzzling.
Yeah, I don't get it. And then of course, then you got old Von Miller next to him. Like that's even better. Like the defense is old.
Yeah,
Um, Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's the one.
that's I think that's a two touchdown guy right there for this week.
Yeah, that man's gonna ball out. Ball out. Matter of fact, he's probably going on this slip here too. Uh,
I
All
know
right.
I said that Debo is going to have a good game, but I don't think he's going to score.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't trust anybody in the Commanders on my slip. I trust JSN enough on my slip, and Darnold should have a good game too against that defense. All right. So Warrior Loft says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Kyron Williams rest of the season? Will Rams feature him a little bit more? Um, as
I
long
think that
as
that's
go ahead.
game by game basis.
Yeah, I would also say as long as the Rams offense continue to be the Rams offense that we know, I think he would be all right. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like he'll get enough value.
Yeah, I think he's a every week starter, but he'll have some floor weeks because simply there are a lot of teams that have horrible DBs, and you got Puka and Devontae Adams just running all over people. So there won't be much room for him to run the ball unless they're up big.
Yeah,
A lot of weeks, but yeah, he's still serviceable. A nice little running back too, maybe.
yeah, and I get the the Blake Corum of butting
Oh,
into his
no, yeah,
touches.
I'm not worried about Blake Corum at all. They just don't want
Yeah,
Kyron to get
get
hurt.
hurt
Yeah.
exactly. So and then this one here, uh, Gaston versus Titans or Ferguson versus Cardinals.
Ferguson is nobody now that CD is back, and
What?
Gaston is everybody. I'm a Ferguson owner. Trust
I
me,
am too.
he's done nothing since CD's been back.
I beg to differ. Now, last week wasn't abysmal.
What was the week before that?
The man had 7 targets with 7 catches, 29 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
29 yards.
Two
That's a
touchdowns.
that's a fluke week. You can't. You're not gonna. He's not gonna get 2 touchdowns off of 29 yards.
I mean,
But
no matter as long as
let's
you
look
find
at
it.
Gasden stats though.
What in the last 3 weeks? I mean, I get it, but where was he at before then?
He wasn't playing.
All I know is Jake Ferguson is tight end one on the year. We gonna split the bill here. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but I'm gonna go Ferguson.
Yeah, he went from the number one target to the number three target quickly.
I'm gonna take Ferguson because I'm still trying to figure out the pecking
I
order
hope so because I got
in
him
the
in my
Chargers.
lineup. But if I could have Gasden, I'd definitely trade him.
Absolutely, strike while the iron's hot on that one. All right. Oh yeah, we got one more game. One more game. We have the Cardinals traveling to Jerry's World on Monday Night Football. The over under on this game is 53 and a half points.
Most of that will be Dallas.
Yeah, so Dallas is going to rack up a lot of points. It's just a matter of who finds the end zone. I think
I,
Javante Williams finds the end zone. I think
yeah, I
CD
got
Lamb.
but I'm with you. I got Javante and I got CD, and that's all I'm willing to risk it on.
Yeah, seriously on that. Um, Cardinals, I do agree with you as far as the Trey McBride. I think he's valuable. Um, Bam Knight. I mean we all know the Cowboys defense stinks,
That
and if
Bam Knight is wishful thinking though.
yeah, but if I mean they just got to move the chain. Like we know Jacoby Brissett. He is who he is, but if he can just be efficient enough, then yeah, Cardinals can do something. I'm not betting the house. I'm not betting anything on it, but there's a path to where this game can go pretty well
I'm
as far
just
as
saying
from a fantasy
I've
standpoint.
experienced the Jacoby Brissett show personally. It's not a show
Oh
you
yeah,
want to watch.
I'll take your word for it. So, all right. So, gonna work on this parlay. Um, Like, okay, they just changed the odds. I'm gonna say Lamb. So, dude, what happened to the rest of my legs? This is getting weird. All right, FanDuel is tripping for a second. And this next segment is unofficially sponsored by FanDuel.
Immediately after you say FanDuel was tripping.
Yeah, it is because I there's wait, what is happening here? Because it's weird. I do have 7 entries for this slip, but 5 is only showing for this parlay. It's bugging right
Is
now.
this saying the entries can't be?
No, it's so what's weird. Like the parlay shows 5, but if I do straight bets, all 7 are showing. So it's like, what is happening here? It's just acting weird. Let me close the app and go back into it. All right. In the meantime, we got a couple of questions here. Brawley, yo, thoughts on Pittman over Quentin Johnston? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. You are starting Michael Pittman over Quentin Johnston. We're not even thinking twice about it. All right. So good luck to you, Brawley. Let us know how you do. Also join the Discord if you haven't already. Here's the link here because we're gonna get out of here pretty soon. Next up, Tug Drug Fishing, Parker Washington or Slayton better pickup. Uh, I'm gonna go with the one that's been playing the quarterback position better this year. I would take Slayton over Washington on that one. I trust Dart over Tua right now.
I'm gonna say don't even waste the space.
Yikes! I mean, he might be in a bad situation where he has to pick up one though.
I don't know. Like, do you want 2 points or do you want 4?
Oh man, there we go.
I
But I
guess
think,
Slayton has the better upside.
yeah, no, he definitely does. Okay, anytime TD. Here we go. All the way down to the bottom. All right, there we go. And then Warrior Law said, "Is Gaston the real deal? He was a wide receiver turned tight end."
I won't get too overhyped, but in every league I picked him up, and He's been in my starting lineup ever since. Ride him till the wheels fall off. Fall.
Fair enough. All right. So I'm typing up the TD parlay real quick. Yes.
Another thing with Gaston is you have to focus on Lad. You have to focus on Keenan Allen. I don't. Most teams don't have 3 strong defenders who can stop players. So somebody's always going to be the odd man out, and it just seems like Gaston is, especially when he's in those plays where he's getting matched up against a linebacker. Good luck with that.
Got a point there. Oops. Bam. Okay. All right. He said Parker had 11 targets last week.
What do you end up doing with those 11 targets?
Oh, that's Parker Washington. Trevor Lawrence is quarterback. That's my mistake. He actually 10 targets, 4 catches for 52 yards.
So out of 10 targets, he caught 4. Yeah. Do you want 2 points or do you want 4?
You're funny. I get the premise of what you're saying. I mean,
Targets aren't always the end all be all.
and it's one of those to where I would have to like sit there and watch exactly what happened with those 10 targets. Or they errant throws? Did he drop them? Like it varies. I mean, I understand the opportunity. 10 targets is 10 targets, but
Oh, he's been dropping. He's been dropping passes.
uh, there you go. All right, there's the parlay. 7 legs. It's plus 31.51 right now, so pretty much. And there's a boost if you take it, but nevertheless, $10 will get you $315.
This
Or
is FanDuel.
yep.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check that one out. I might tell that one.
And then if you get the 30% boost, $10 will get you $409 if you choose to use it. But
You don't post that in the Discord, right?
yep, yep. But then also I'll post it in our chat as well for you. So all right. So I guess with that being said, do you have any final thoughts for the people out there, or just anything in general for week 9, or any words of advice, encouragement, anything of the sort?
What I would say is I've noticed a lot of wasted space. You don't have to pick somebody up. I mean, it's don't waste space. Don't have two quarterbacks if you got Josh Allen. You're never going to start anybody besides Josh Allen. I keep saying that a lot too. Like you're wasting space. You need to hit the waivers and be in and out. If you hit the waivers, a lot of the times you'll be able to trade those players and move up and get better running backs and wide receivers. That's what I do a lot. I hit those waivers. There are people who are desperate. Like I said, I just got Trey Benson because he's injured. I traded him. I traded nothing to him. I think Johnston and somebody else, and now I got Trey Benson just sitting there waiting to come back on the already stacked roster from players I paid nothing for. So
No, fair enough. That's definitely good words there. I mean, this week 9, we're halfway through the fantasy, actually halfway through the NFL regular season at this point. Um, before you know it, fantasy playoffs will be here a month from now. We already in November. I mean, daylight savings time just happened this morning. So at this point, like, and trade deadline is coming up. So do what you have to do to solidify the core of your roster moving forward, because each win or loss is going to become that much more valuable to the success or failure of your team. So make the necessary moves now to do what you got to do. So, and then just last thing, we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Deshaun couldn't be here this week. Walter couldn't be here this week. Ian, we haven't seen him all year, but he's still on standby. And then lastly, but not least, once again, shout out to Reap for making his, I guess, official debut on the podcast. But he's been so active in the Discord. So yeah, appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, man.
one last thing. It's almost time for Dak to be Dak. December he does not play the same. So be mindful of that.
There you go. So, all right, we'll be back next week. The setting might be a little different, but nevertheless, we'll be back next week for week 10.